Well, I think we're doing a good job of putting pressure on the other teams higher up the field. I think that the quality of shots that we're giving up are pretty low percentage shots overall. I think that, on Friday night, Midwestern had one really good chance. But other than that, I think we've done a good job in the midfield defending and with our back four defending as well. So, and our goalkeepers, both Chantel and Natalie have done a great job keeping the ball in the net.
You played a lot of different players for Friday and Sunday, some freshmen. What do you think that says about the depth of your team that you can, just go down the line and plug anybody in there?
Yeah, I think one of the strengths of our team this year has been the depth of our roster. We have players that can come off the bench and, score goals. I think we had, I don't know what it is now, but I think as of last week we had 14 players that had scored goals. We've rotated a ton of different players in the back, including freshmen, including players. Shea Williams got back on the field this weekend. She had been out for a year with her ACL, and so it's been a great thing to have that depth in our bench.
Yesterday at the game, you guys didn't score any goals in the first half, and the same thing happened last Sunday. What's kind of been the difference between the first half and the second half for your girls?
Well, the last two Sundays, we're working on that. We're working on trying to figure out what's going on Sunday. I don't know if it's we're not getting enough rest. I don't know if they're just putting all their energy into Friday. We're working on that. We don't really have an answer yet for that. Luckily on those two Sundays we've still scored 7 goals, so that's pretty good. But yeah, we need to get more consistent, and I think that that's something that we're going to be working on this week, is trying to make sure that this upcoming weekend that we put in 2 consistent performances in both games.
And specifically this upcoming weekend, you're playing at home again, and it's your last home stance for a while. How crucial is it to get these next 2 wins before you go on the road?
Well, I mean, our next game is always the most important game, whatever game that is, whoever the opponent is. And this weekend's no different. I mean, we want to get the wins. We want to get ourselves up in the Lone Star Conference standings. I mean, our record's still very good, but in the conference with all 4 teams playing 2 games this last weekend, with us only getting them 1 point for a draw, we're down in the standings. So it looks like maybe we're struggling, but obviously everybody knows that we're not. So for us, it's just about getting getting the rest that we need this week, getting a little bit sharper with some issues that we had in our attack this weekend, and then coming out and getting 2 wins. I mean, we need those 2 wins just like we do every single week. This one just happens to be 2 conference games.
Do you think that helps that everybody else in the conference is kind of already, has played each other maybe, and, kind of beat each other up a little bit, and you guys, by the time you guys get to them, that they're a little bit beat down? Do you think that helps, or does it even matter?
I mean, no, probably not. I think the only thing that really helps is that, no one team got 2 wins this last weekend. So that helps us a little bit, that, everybody's equal. And so it gives us an opportunity, to go in and not feel like we have to make up as much ground against some team that went 2-0 this last weekend. So, but still, it doesn't change really what we're trying to do, which is win every game that we're playing in. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that it's too much of an advantage for us, because we still played a second game. And so, no, probably not too much.
You guys have had, obviously, a very good start to the season. You've scored a lot of goals. You've done really well. How do you keep your girls playing at a full, high intensity for that whole 90 minutes? How do you keep them from becoming complacent with their play?
Well, on Sunday, I didn't feel like we did that. On Sunday, I felt like we were a little bit complacent. Excuse me. I think that Jenny Kotowicz, said it in her quote afterward, that maybe that's why in the first half we didn't play that well on Sunday. And I think that happened the Sunday before. I think that we play that game, the one that we've been building to for the whole week, and we forget that there's another one right after it. And so this week we're going to try and make sure that we're ready for both games. But the complacency issue, I mean, one of the great things about having depth on the team is that, if individual players start being complacent, then we have another player that can step in and share their minutes or take their minutes. So hopefully that's something that they keep in the back of their mind, that I've got to do my job for 90 minutes day in and day out, not just, for a big game, because there is no big game. It's always the next game.